Assalamu alaikum. Our today's topic is narrative essay. A narrative essay tells us a story. It tells us about some incidents, some events, or some experiences of daily lives. It has characters. Characters are a very important part of narrative essay, and it revolves around a single motive or a single central point. But like other essays, it also has a structure where we are having 5 to 6 paragraphs. So it also has an introduction, a middle or the main body, and a conclusion. But what is different, we will see what is different in the structure of the narrative essay, we will see here in this lecture in detail. So the introduction of narrative essay begins your story. You have to, so introduction will describe the setting, it will introduce the characters, and it is also going to prepare your audience for the actions that will come. And one important thing that obviously, like all other essays, it will also have a hook and it will also have some thesis statement. Thesis statement and hook are a must in the introductory paragraphs of essays. Now, how to write a narrative hook? Hook, as you know, that hook is something that is going to grab the attention of the reader. Hook can be only one sentence, it can be two sentences as well, but the purpose is to grab readers' attention. Hooks are especially important because they help to set the stage for the story. The hook makes reader start guessing what will happen next. And now, so when you are writing hook, it should mentally prepare the reader for the coming action, or it should at least make the reader think something about your story. So you have to decide about your hook carefully. Hook can be about the most important event of the story. Okay, now we are going to look at this hook. We are going to look at the hook. This hook has been taken from the essay that we are going to read in this particular lecture. Now, let's read it. I had never been more anxious in my life. I had just spent the last 3 endless hours trying to get to the airport so that I could travel home. Now you see here that writer is saying I had never been more anxious in my life. So when you are reading this particular hook, there might be certain questions that why the author was so anxious, and whether the author is a boy or is the author a female person. So who is the narrator? And then why has he reached the airport in 3 hours? Where is the airport? And what made him or what made his trip seem endless? So this particular hook is actually making us curious about writer's anxiety, about his travel, and about and why is he preferring to go home. So your hook should make the reader to think about something. Okay, now here is an activity for you. You have to in this activity you have to identify which 3 sentences are not hooks. So read the sentences below. Which 3 sentences would not be good hooks for a narrative essay? Try to explain why. Now you have 5 minutes to look at these sentences. I recommend you guys that you should pause your video here, complete your activity and then move on, because you have to do it very carefully. There are no answers on the next slide. So read all of these sentences carefully and try to identify which of the three sentences are not creating some are not able to grab your attention, which of the three sentences are not like introductory sentences, or are you don't feel that these should be wholes. So now we are moving to the next slide. In introduction, we also have to write thesis. Now, thesis statement is the most important statement of the introduction, because, and of the essay as well, because it introduces us that what will be the content of the whole essay. So the thesis states the main idea of the essay and tells what the organization of the information will be. And in a narrative essay, the thesis introduces the action that begins in the first paragraph of the essay. Now, it is not going to tell us the whole story, but it is going to tell us what will happen. Now, look at this sentence. Now, as I watched the bus driver set my luggage on the airport sidewalk, I realized that my frustration had only just begun. Now this particular sentence has been taken from the same essay, Frustration at the Airport, and this sentence is telling us that this whole essay is going to be about the frustration of the author. I realized that my frustration had only begun. Now look at this second thesis statement. It is from some other essay. Now, I wanted my mother to watch me race down the steep hill, so I called out her name and then nudged my bike forward. So here the author wants to tell that he wanted his mother to see him riding his bike. So we are actually being told that this essay is going to be the bike riding experience of the author down the steep hill. Now look at this next one, third one. Because his pride would not allow him to apologize, Ken now had to fight the bully, and he was pretty sure that he would not win. In this particular thesis statement, we are told that this essay is going to be about fighting with the bully, and plus we are also told that the writer will not succeed in fighting that bully. Okay, now this point which is highlighted in red, it's very important. These thesis statements, all of these three above, do not tell the reader what happens. They only introduce the action what will follow. So we are not going to tell in detail. So in this particular first look at first thesis statement, we are not told that frustration was resolved or not. What was the end, whether it was finally resolved or not. So we are just told what will happen. So frustration had only begun. So the paragraphs in the body are going to develop the story. So we have to maintain the surprise. Now body of your narrative essay contains most of the plot, the supporting information. The action in the plot can be organized in many different ways. One is chronological or time order. In this method, each paragraph gives some information about the story as it proceeds in time. The first paragraph usually describes the first event, the second paragraph describes the second event, and so on. So we have to develop the story here. When we are developing the story, obviously we are going to follow the time order. First event first, second event second, and we will see this in the essay. How can we develop the body of the story? There is some technique to develop the body. In one paragraph, you can create the scene. You can set the situation where the story is set. You can say the situation paragraph describes when, where, what happens in the story. For example, whether the venue of the story is an airport, is a home, or is a university, is a roadside, or or what is the place, what is the time, when is it happening. So just imagine that you are watching a movie. When you are watching the movie, the first scene of the movie or the drama tells us, okay, this movie is set in a village, and inside that village, whether this is room of somebody or whether this is just whether the characters are just walking on the road, so the whole scene is set. Similarly, you have to set the whole scene in words. Then rising action. Now you know that as you watch any drama or any movie, the action gets complex after every episode. So same we have to do here. We obviously have not to create many episodes here in the essay, but we have to maintain the surprise. We have to create some events which are going to create the climax, which are going to lead us towards the main action, towards the climax. So, and the most important thing of the story is the climax, the main action, the surprise or the height of the action. So at least there should be these 3 paragraphs in the body. Transitional sentences, these are very important. Transition means change. So transitional sentences mean that you have to, when you are moving from one paragraph to the next paragraph, this shift or this movement from one paragraph to the next one paragraph should not be sudden. You have to signal the end of the action in one paragraph, and you have to provide a link to the action of the next paragraph. These sentences are vital because they give your story unity and allow the reader to follow the action easily. So your next paragraph should not just begin abruptly. It should not give a reader a shock. You have to maintain the surprise, but you have not to shock the reader by creating by abrupt beginning. So we are going to look at paragraph 2 and paragraph 3 of the of essay, and here you will look at last sentence of paragraph 2 and the first sentence of paragraph 3 carefully. Now I have also underlined these sentences. These are the paragraphs of the same essay that we were reading in the previous slides. Frustration at the airport. Now this was my first visit to the international terminal of the airport, and nothing was familiar. I could not make sense of any of the signs. Where was the check-in corner? Where should I take my luggage? I had no idea where the immigration line was. I began to panic. What time was it? Where was my plane? I had to find help because I could not be late. Now you see, here is the last sentence. This is a sentence and this is preparing us for the next action. So now we are assuming that in the next action writer must be finding some help. Now here is the next paragraph 3. Third paragraph. I tried to ask a passing businessman for help, but my words all came out wrong. He just scowled and walked away. What happened? I had been in this country for a whole semester and I could not even remember how to ask for direction. This was awful. Another bus arrived at the terminal and the passengers stepped off carrying all sorts of luggage. Here was my chance. I could follow them to the right place and I would not have to say a word. Now you can see that these two sentences are connected, these two. Now in the next slides you will also see that this sentence is also connected with the first sentence of paragraph 4. Now we will see what's special in the conclusion of narrative essay. In narrations, in stories generally, we write stories for a moral lesson. So like academic essays, narrative essays also need to have concluding ideas, but these can be different. In an essay, for example, in an essay on co-education, you are not going to tell us about moral of the story, but in a narrative essay, you are going to tell us about moral. What did you learn from the whole experience? So you can also make a prediction or a revelation about future actions. We are going to see all these 3 examples here. Now look at this moral. The little boy had finally learned that telling the truth was the most important thing to do. You can end a story with a moral, or a prediction. I can only hope that one day I'll be able to do the same for another traveler who is suffering through a terrible journey. Now, the writer is making a prediction that I am only hopeful that someday it is also going to happen. Revelation, where you are revealing something. Now, every new year, my wife and I return to that magical spot and remember the selfless act that saved our lives. Now, here it is a revelation. You can see it is not prediction and it is not a moral, it is a revelation. All these three endings, conclusions are completely different from each other, and you can end your narrative essay in any of these three ways. Okay, now here is a storytelling tip, and that is coming from descriptive writing, descriptive essay that we had done in the last lecture. Description says that you have to use a lot of sensuous words, a lot of adjectives. You have to make your reader feel whatever you are feeling. And how can you do it? You can use it by including more adjectives. Look at this following example. If we just remove these adjectives which I have highlighted here, the paragraph will not be so descriptive. If I just say I walked into the classroom and looked for a place to sit down in the back of the room, I saw a desk and walked toward it. After a few moments, the students quieted down when they observed the English teacher enter the room. But now I can make it more interesting by adding these adjectives. I walked into the noisy room. Now, what kind of room? It was a noisy room. And in the back of the well-lit room, it was also a well-lit room with many good lights. I saw an old wooden desk. Now, it's not simply a desk, it's an old wooden desk. And the students were anxious and they quieted down. And prim English teacher, the one who is quite refined and dainty. Okay, now here is another, now we are going to start reading the essay, but before we read that essay, you need to think about these questions. You need to ask yourself these questions. Have you ever had trouble getting from one place to another while traveling? And the second question you have to ask yourself, if you had trouble, try to think, where were you going? Were you traveling from one city to the other city, or were you traveling in the same city? What kind of trouble that was? What happened that made this travel difficult for you? Can everyday people be considered heroes? So that's also a question that you should try to answer. If you think that everyday people can also be considered heroes, what can be those acts? So take some time, think about these questions, and then we will move to the next slide. Okay, now we are going to start reading that essay. Okay, so it is here, the essay is here. Now, I had never been more anxious in my life. We had read these two paragraphs where writer is introducing about the anxiety experience of his life, and the second is this was so let's read these again. I had never been more anxious in my life. I had just spent the last three endless hours trying to get to the airport so that I could travel home. Now, as I watched the bus driver set my luggage on the airport sidewalk, I realized that my frustration had only begun. So you can see here is the hook. I had never been more anxious in my life. Something that is going to tell that it is the most important statement for the writer, that I had never been more anxious in my life. This is a sort of shocking statement, that what's so bitter has, or what so bad or has happened, that writer was very very anxious. And then this is a thesis statement which is telling us that I realize that my frustration had only begun, that the writer is going to feel frustrated throughout the essay. Now, this was my first visit to the international terminal of the airport. Now, you see, the body begins here, the second paragraph, and the writer is now telling us about the setting. Now, it was his first visit to the international terminal of the airport. We are told that it is the setting of the airport. Nothing was familiar, and I could not make sense of any signs. Where was the check-in counter? Where should I take my luggage? I had no idea where the immigration line was. I began to panic. What time was it? Where was my place? I had to find help because I could not be late. Now, let's look at this next paragraph. So here the setting has been set, that the whole setting of the airport has been told, that the writer was looking for the check-in counter. He was worried about his luggage and everything. Now, I tried to ask a passing businessman for help, but my words all came out wrong. Now, action is developing. Writer is telling that how his frustration was increasing, and it was in the first paragraph in thesis statement, the writer had said that my frustration had just begun. So now here you can see how is it actually increasing. He asked, I tried to ask a passing by businessman for help, but my words all came out wrong. He just scowled and walked away. What had happened? I had been in this country for a long whole semester, and I could not even remember how to ask for directions. This is awful. Another bus arrived at the terminal, and the passengers came out carrying all sorts of luggage. Here was my chance. I could follow them to the right place, and I would not have to say a word. Now you can see that writer has actually, his tension has begun, that people, the businessman had not told him about the businessman could not understand what he had said, and then another bus came, and the writer now is following the passengers. Now I dragged my enormous suitcase, and now look at these two. Once I could follow them to the right place. This sentence, the transition sentence, is connected with this next one. These two are making links, that he is now following them. He has decided to follow them, and in the next paragraph he is actually following. I dragged my enormous suitcase behind me and followed the group. We finally reached the elevators. Oh no, now you see here one action ends. In a paragraph we not only have to introduce what's happening, but we have to give at least 2 or 3 supporting details as well. So that's the thing which is happening over here. I dragged my enormous suitcase behind me and followed the group. This is what is happening. Now it's first detail. Where have they reached? They have finally reached the elevators. Oh no, they all fit in, but there was not enough room for me. That's detail number 1, that when they have reached elevator, there was no no space for the writer. I watched in despair as the elevator doors closed. So first detail ends here. I had no idea what to do next. I got on the elevator when it returned and gazed at all the buttons. Which one could it be? I pressed button 3. The elevator slowly climbed up to the 3rd floor and jerked to a stop. Now you see, now first action, writer did not get the place or space in elevator. Second, that when he got this space in the elevator, when it came again, the writer did not know which button should I press, and he pressed button 3. This is detail 2. Now detail 3 is here. The elevator slowly climbed up to the 3rd floor and jerked to a stop. Now this is detail 3, that it jerked to a stop, and what is he finding? A high squeaking noise announced the opening of the doors, and I looked around timidly. And writer is now very afraid. He looked around timidly. Tears formed in my eyes as I saw the deserted lobby. Now that lobby, that floor was deserted. There wasn't anyone. And realized that I would miss my plane. Just then, an elderly airport employee shuffled around the corner. He saw that I was lost and asked if he could help. Now you see, notice the details here as well. Tears formed in my eyes as I deserted the lobby. Now, then an elderly airport employee shuffled around the corner. Now, this is detail one. What did he do? He saw that I was lost and asked if he could help. He gave me his handkerchief to dry my eyes. Now, this was his help that he gave him. Handkerchief to dry eyes. And then as I related my predicament, that when he told him that what he was worried about, he smiled kindly. That old man smiled kindly and led me down a long hallway. We walked up some stairs, turned a corner, and at last there was customs. He led me past all the lines of people and pushed my luggage to the inspection corner. Now this paragraph is actually it's telling the climax of the story. Tears formed in my eyes as I saw the deserted lobby and realized that I would miss the plane. Now you can see that this is the climax. Was the main fear of the author, that I will miss my plane. Till here, we don't know what's going to happen next. So now when the writer tells that he saw an elderly airport, after climax, events start to get resolved, and here the event gets resolved, that when he saw an elderly man or employee. Okay, now the last paragraph, the conclusion, and here we will try to see what sort of conclusion it is, whether it is some moral, where there is some moral there, whether there is some predicament, or whether there is some revelation, whether there is a prediction or revelation. When I turned to thank him for all his help, he was gone. I'll never know that kind man's name, but I will always remember his unexpected courtesy. He helped me when I needed it the most. I can only hope that one day I'll be able to do the same for another traveler who is suffering, um, through a terrible journey. Okay, so now you can see that this is a kind of predicament, that I can only hope that one day I'll be able to do the same for another traveler. Now we are going to move to the next one. Now here are some post-reading questions that you should consider. Now, what is the narrative hook? I explained it side by side. Now you have to try to answer yourself that why the hook is effective, and where is the setting of the story. We looked at all of these, and you should try to answer these at your own as well. Where is the setting of the story? What's the theme, basic idea? Read the final sentences and try to see how does each prepare the reader for the next action. What do you think the mood of the story is? Mood of the story is actually of the writer has created the mood of frustration. So it's up to the writer what sort of mood he creates, whether he creates a mood of frustration, a mood of enjoyment, excitement. So it's up to us. Now list the characters in the essay. There are only 3 characters in the essay. One is the writer himself. The second was the businessman who did not reply to the writer's, who could not actually understand writer's question, and he only scowled towards him. And then there was this third person, an elderly old man. And yes, there was another character in the beginning, in the first paragraph. He was the driver who had actually taken out the luggage of the writer. Now you have to try to answer all of these questions. It's very important before you move on. You should try to answer each of these questions. Now there is first activity. This activity will be solved. We will share the answers, but the next activities are not going to be solved. You will have to do them by yourself. So here is the introduction. It's an outlining practice. We will see how to make an outline. So hook is here. Hook is already written of the essay that we just had read. Now we will see what was its thesis statement. So it was the thesis statement. Now as I watched The bus driver set my luggage on the airport sidewalk. I realized that my frustration had only just begun. This was the thesis statement. Now let's this one. In this body paragraph, we have to see here that there are three things in this body paragraph. One is the topic sentence, which introduces what this paragraph is going to be about. So that first topic sentence is telling us that it was my first visit and nothing was familiar. So now what were the other details? The other details in the first paragraph were the signs were confusing and the writer began to panic. Now what was a transition sentence? This was a transition sentence. I had to find help because I could not be late. So there should be at least supporting details, there should be one topic sentence, at least two supporting details, and a transitional sentence in your paragraph. Now next one, paragraph 3. In this paragraph again the detail number 3 and transition sentence is missing. Now we will see these are here. Another bus arrived at the, so first detail that writer, the first so topic sentence was that he asked help from the businessman, and first detail was that he scowled and walked, the businessman scowled and walked away, he did not tell him anything. And then this was the second detail, and third detail was that now another bus came, and the transition sentence was here was my chance. So this is how you have to try to write your own essay. It should have all these things, topic sentence, details, and the transition sentence. Now there is this paragraph 4. Now paragraph 4, I dragged my enormous suitcase behind me and followed the group. Now if you remember that after dragging suitcase, the normal after dragging his suitcase and following that group, the writer reached the elevator. So we see here we finally reached the elevators. After I got on the elevator and looked at the buttons, when he looked at the buttons, he pressed button 3 and he found out that the lobby was the elevator slowly climbed up to the third floor, and that lobby was deserted, there was no one. And then transition sentences that I looked around timidly. He was very much afraid and he looked around timidly in a frightful manner. Paragraph 5, topic sentences, tears formed in my eyes as I saw the deserted lobby and realized that I would miss my airplane. Now you see this is the climax. Now here is the detail 1, an airport employee offered to help, and then what happened after it? He gave me his handkerchief to dry my eyes. And what was the third detail? Third detail was that he led him to the hallway. So he led him down to the hallway. And transition sentences, he led me past all the lines of people and pushed my luggage to the inspection counter. Okay, now next one is the conclusion paragraph. In the conclusion paragraph, now at least this detail was missing, this third thing, that there was a kind of predicament. So close of the action was there. First of all, obviously you have to, like all other essays, you have to close it, you have to sort of conclude it, write the topic sentence, and then you have to write predicament. Then you have to decide whether your conclusion is going to give a moral, or it's going to reveal something, or is going to have a predicament. So writer has chosen to do a prediction that I can only hope that one day I'll be able to do the same. Writer could have also ended it on a moral. He could have said that I learned that that small act of kindness can be life saving for others. So writer could have made some moral lesson as well, or so, but he has chosen to make prediction. Okay, now there is the activity for you guys. You have to try to do it yourself. Now the supporting information is missing. You have to read this carefully and you have to add the details. The first paragraph is written here complete. The first paragraph is complete. I will read the first paragraph for you, and then we will make sense that what this is about. Let's look at the title. The title is a bad day. So it's going to be about a bad day. I should never have deleted the chain letter email from my computer. The letter clearly warned me that if I did, I would have one day of bad luck. Unlike my mother, I tend not to believe these types of things bringing bad luck. Breaking a mirror, someone giving me the evil eye, or even opening an umbrella in the house. As a result, I got rid of this superstitious email, which one quick click of the mouse. That night, however, as I fell asleep, I had the uncomfortable feeling that something was not quite right. Now, let's look at the hook. First of all, I should never have deleted the chain letter email from my computer. Now, writer in the hook, the writer is talking about an email and expressing a regret. Expressing a regret that I should not have deleted it. It prepares us mentally that something bad happened, or it at least makes us curious that what happened if the writer had deleted that email. Then he sets the background about, or he tells us, explains us a little about that email, that this email was about the superstition. This email was about something bad is going to happen if you don't forward this email to some more people. Now, I had the uncomfortable feeling that something was not quite right. Now, this particular thesis statement is telling us that something is not quite right, and something disturbing is going to happen in the whole essay. Now, when I woke up the next morning, I was surprised to find that I had overslept and would be late for work. Now, one bad thing has happened, and notice that these two are linked. I was uncomfortable feeling that something was not quite right. Something was not quite right, and this you can see here that in the morning he woke up late. Something was not quite right. As I rushed down the stairs to eat a quick breakfast, I tripped over my bag. Now the writer fell down here. Now what happened next? You have to imagine detail 1, detail 2 and detail 3 if you like as well, or at least imagine 2 details and then write a transition sentence here. You can pause the video or you can go to the PowerPoint slides, and you have to do this activity and you have to show it to your teachers. Now look at this third paragraph. Topic sentence is given. You have to add the details. Now here the writer was at home in the second paragraph. In the third paragraph, the writer is now in the is going to work. On my way to work, I decided to take a shortcut through an old path. Now it means, now when on the way something bad has happened again on the way, you have to decide what those bad things are. You have to decide your own transition sentence as well. In paragraph 4, when I arrived at work, now again something bad at work has also happened. I found a note from my boss on my desk. She wanted to see me right away. I took a deep breath and walked into her office. As I stepped inside, I noticed a scowl on her face. So now there are details. One detail is given over here. I took a deep breath and walked into her office. That after seeing note, the writer went to the office of the boss, and the boss was not actually very happy. She was in an unpleasant mood with a scowl on her face. Okay, and the final paragraph here, finally, after this paragraph can also help you to develop your story. So finally, after a long and difficult day, I returned home to find my air conditioner was broken. I could not take it anymore. Now you see, I could not take it anymore. Now this is enough. Now the actions are going to resolve. It had been worst day ever, and I did not want anything else to happen. I rushed to my computer, opened up my email, and went directly to the deleted email folder. I opened up the letter and reread the words. Send 10 copies of this email to your friends and you'll have good luck for a year. I put on my reading glasses and began scrolling through my list of email contacts. They could have take their chances, but I was not going to have any more bad luck. So now you also need to tell in the end that what kind of conclusion was it. Is it a sort of moral? Is it a sort of prediction? Is it a sort of revelation? What is it? Okay. Now we are going to see that there are some time words and some connectors which are helpful in writing a narrative essay. These are some of the connectors which can help us write a good essay. We can use words like first, next, finally, later. We can start our paragraphs with this, because since in narration we are telling about some event or some experience that happened in the past, so we can use such connectors. And whenever this thing which is written the star is important, when clauses occur at the beginning of a sentence, they must be followed by a comma. Let's look at an example. Now this is the time clause: after her graduation in 2013. Now after is a connector, a time relationship word, after, and it is beginning at the at the big start of the sentence, after her graduation. So we have put a comma over here. Similar are the examples. Next examples. Okay, now adding connectors. Now this is a story, it's about becoming a man, and this story is about it's about so let's read the first paragraph. Okay, I hope you would have read this paragraph. Now I'm going to move to the next slide. Now you have to put the appropriate connectors over here. I'm pausing the video for so I am giving you 1 minute for it. Quickly decide which connectors should come here. Okay, if you were not able to follow the pace, you can pause the slide yourself. You can pause this video yourself and try to do the activity. Now, there is some practice for building better vocabulary. You also have to do this activity. Here it is that you have to see which word suits with which expression. And so for example, we will do the first two only. You will have to do the remaining 5 yourself. So a scowl, for example, is generally on an angry face, and a predicament is actually when you are finding yourself in trouble. We generally use it for the trouble expression. So if you don't know the meanings of any words, you can obviously go and check in the dictionary and do this activity. Okay, now here is another activity where you have to learn using collocations. So for example, what should come over here? Collocations means the words that suit together or that appear together. If we should not use the words which generally do not appear together. So For example, here we will use how to ask for help. We won't use how ask for help. How ask for help will be an incorrect answer. So you have to do this activity as well. After it, that there is some you have to now develop narrative ideas. You have to choose a topic for yourself. You also have to do it. You have to choose a topic for yourself. Then after choosing the topic, so choose the topic very carefully that you actually are interested in. After choosing the topic, brainstorm some ideas and organize your ideas. And when you are organizing the ideas, you can only write the most important point. You don't need to write the whole detail. Once you have organized your ideas, now start writing the introduction. In introduction, you obviously have to tell about, you should know that who are going to be my characters, what will be the setting, what is going to be a theme. So think about all of these things, then start writing it. Then body should tell about what mood do I want to have in the story, whether I want to develop the mood of happiness, or whether I want to develop the mood of enjoyment, whether I want to develop the mood of fear, I want to develop a scary feeling in the readers. What sort of mood do you want to develop? So you need to think all of these questions in the beginning, and then you should start writing your story. So when you are planning your outline, you can plan it like this. So you should write what will be my hook, what will be my connecting or background information, what will be my thesis statement. If you are going to, students, if you are going to do your essay writing with the help of the outline, it is really going to help you, and it is really going to teach you the essay. So we normally are unable to write a good essay because we don't follow any strict outline. So in paragraph 2, you have to write the topic sentence, the main sentence what this paragraph is going to be about, and then 2 details, and then the transition sentence. Then similarly in paragraph 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6, you will have to decide about your conclusion. So follow this outline. Now here are a few topics. So these are just suggestions. You can obviously select your own topic. So the topics are: write about an important event in history from the point of view of someone who lived at that time, or think back to your childhood and a time when you were punished for doing something wrong. Write a narrative about that event, including what you did, who you were with, and how were you punished. You can also write about any memorable event of your life, or you can also write about any event or any time when you felt brave or when you felt awkward. You can write about any event. So generally in narration, we write about our past experiences, any events that happened, or any events that we attended. So thank you very much. And with this lecture, I'll also upload the activity materials, and I strongly recommend you guys to practice, because without practice no one can learn writing. Writing is a skill which can only be mastered through practice. Thank you very much.